Housing is an issue that is prevalent outside of Crested Butte and Gunnison, but here it's particularly close to home for everybody, from those that are working in the hospital to those working in municipal government. Everybody either has an issue with housing or knows somebody that does. And because we are such a small community, it's prevalent throughout, and it's a big topic of conversation.
We really rely on each other as a community. So I believe it just hits home a lot harder when people have to be moved out or forced to leave because they can't find housing. It sits heavy on the heart, and I just think that it's just so important that we continue thriving with affordable housing units at the end of the valley and in Gunnison.
Housing shortages are personal. We've all seen friends come and go. We've had colleagues come and go. We've hired people that have been just excellent, and then they leave because of the affordability, and it's just a disservice to the community. The challenge we have at the hospital is there's really nowhere else to pull from. If the service sector from Crested Butte moves to Gunnison, where does the service sector from Gunnison move to? So we're not able to pull people from the valley because the valley, as big as it is pretty small with population centers.
When I think of the type of person serving our community, I think of someone who's lived in the town for a while. They really understand the needs of everyone here. Like, they've built relationships and they value the things that this town values, and they apply that towards making this town a better place.
It's essential to retain the individuals who have been here for some time and make up the character of Gunnison, because they are the character of Gunnison and they are the individuals who have brought us this far. And to not give them an opportunity to stay here in their own home would be a disservice to them and to the community as a whole.
The people that are really the backbone of this community, I see one defining characteristic is they're selfless. They're here for others, they serve others, they don't require a lot, but I can anticipate they require a roof over their head. And I think of what this community would look like if they're not able to be here, because it's a reality that they may not afford to be able to be here anymore. What does that community look like if you don't have these selfless people out there?
I'm reminiscent about a time that I did not have housing in Crested Butte. And I'd already lived here for about 15 years. And I was walking on the rec path, and I was crying because there was nowhere for me to go. And it was devastating. I was going to leave Crested Butte. And now 30 years later, because of me securing this home, I didn't have to leave.
There was a time in Crested Butte where I was literally living out of a storage unit. Used to camp in the woods or stay at a friend's house. And now that my circumstances have changed, I just feel really grateful to have a roof over my head. There's nothing like the peace of mind that comes from owning a home where I can raise a family.
Unsecured housing is scary. It's unsettling. It's a scary place to be in life. I can remember when I was younger and didn't have a house. You know, where was I going to be the next year from now? That's a reality for far more people than it should be.
We're essentially an inland island, and the cost of building is expensive here, the cost of living is expensive here, and any kind of funding opportunity that we can tap into really helps us put some roofs over people's heads. Collaboration has been instrumental for some of our affordable housing projects, like the Lazy Cave project. We've now got 67 units over there, with many families having a place to call their own. The collaboration between the city and the Valley Housing Fund, along with other partners like the state, were critical to get the infrastructure in and the houses off the ground.
At the end of the day, affordable housing can't be built affordably. And so what we have right now in this valley is all these different groups doing what they can to survive. But having a group like the Valley Housing Fund or someone that can bring this collective together, we're all better together. There's better ideas, there's better funding, and it's not everybody out there trying to solve their own issue. It's really the community trying to solve the community issue together.